Hello, this is Brennan, and welcome to Musings of the Mind. Today I'm going to be talking about when things are actually legitimately your fault and you need to take responsibility versus when things aren't. Because this is something where on one side you have people who say something bad happens to them, and then you say, well, it's their fault, or you shouldn't have done that. That is called victim blaming. But and there is some legitimacy there, and on the other hand you have the self-help guru notion that you are never a victim, and if you're a victim you're a bad person, and victimization is just a choice. Anyways, so let's say you got struck by a bullet, a stray bullet in the knee, and you had no control over that. In that case you are a legitimate victim, and if you have to use a wheelchair, that's not your choice, you didn't choose that. And in this case, you are a true victim of this situation. But I would argue very rarely does something like that happen to most people, especially, and if you're not listening to self-help stuff. So, like, let's use an example, the bedtime. Like, you had to do a little extra work, and you got your ass kicked by the snooze button on your phone, and then you say, oh, I had no control over it, or my manager forced me, or my manager screwed me over. No, you chose to let the snooze button on your alarm kick your ass. Here is I'll give you an example from my life. But actually, first I'm going to do a make one. There are a lot of times where, say, something might not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. Like, let's say your child, you hired a babysitter, and that babysitter fed your child some food, and it turned out your child was highly allergic to that food. That's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Strong people who are high integrity, strong, valuable people, they take responsibility, they make no excuses, they take responsibility for the problem, and they fix it. What punk-ass bitches do is they whine and bitch and moan about the situation. So let's use an example from my own life. And that is, so my family just moved, and my room is full of boxes, so I took some things out, and my parents were telling me to put some more stuff in my room, and I didn't really have any space. But I did anyway because, well, I had to. And stuff was in the living room, so I took it in, and then I tripped, and I accidentally spilled some water on the ground. And I was thinking, God damn it, and my whole thought process was, if only my parents didn't get all freaked out, if only they weren't irritated that my stuff was in the living room, and if only I'd let it stay there because there isn't room. I felt that everyone was kind of pushing stuff on me. But then I realized, wait, no. No one... the state of my room is my responsibility. No one did that but me. Yeah. And, like with the water on the ground, no one put that there but me. Yeah. It was my fault. So I chose to say it was my fault and my responsibility. Because that's what a high-value person does. That's what a person who's worth being around does. And I chose to take the high road and say, my responsibility, clean it up, fix the situation, make sure that doesn't happen again, and better the situation, as opposed to being a punk-ass bitch of a man and sitting down whining about it. And that's what I want you guys to do. Most of the time, when something bad happens in your life, not always, like the example I gave earlier, like if you're walking around, it's a stray bullet hits your foot or something bad happens like that, and might legitimately not be your fault, but it sure as hell is your responsibility to deal with the situation. But most of the time, the situation of your life sucks because you fucked something up. You guzzled on a beer last night and now have a hangover. No one did that but you. That's your problem. You fucked it up. And instead of thinking about it like a negative, think about it as a positive. Think about it like, oh, I have control over the situation. I am going to choose to change. I am going to do a workout every morning. I'm going to do meditation. I'm going to do deep relaxation. I'm going to better myself as a person so that this problem doesn't happen again. It doesn't just apply to drinking. It can apply to time management. It can apply to fucking anything. It doesn't matter. Either develop yourself as a person as opposed to sitting down and whining about it. People just piss away their lives and it's sad. But I think I've covered the point I wanted to get to in my video. See you next time. Bye.